I want to say quality is not just about ink on paper, right? It's also so many other things. You pick a paper, is the grain direction right so that the book opens flat rather than, slams shut? Yeah, so if you ask most printers, what is the right grain direction? Forget about right grain direction, what is grain direction? There was a time when I also didn't know, right? So it's only when someone asks that you say, okay, yes, this is what it should be. And then do you take it seriously? Because someone has said it, gone in, gone out from the other ear, then it's a problem. But if you say, hey, this is the problem with it, and you've seen it, you can't be a printer and not see a book slam shut once you open it, right? So if you do it right, there's a big difference in the feel. When you're reading a book, you want to read it. While on the other hand, if it's shutting closed on you, you're like mostly going to, there's a strong inclination to put it aside, right? So simple things. It's just a question of wanting to do it. If you look at so many printers in India are GMI certified, so many printers in India have so many certifications. Why do they have it? Because it's probably something that a customer has asked for. They said, look, I need GMI certification in order to buy this packaging from you. Yeah. And it's not a small number who are certified. You have a good number of people. So it's not that we can't do it. It's just a question of probably a little bit of, if we can put it out there, what is this? Is it too tough? Is it not tough? What is it all about? I don't think it's too many steps. It is relatively easy is what I think. So want to do it, you will be able to do it. There's not much of a issue there. Maybe I'm kind of overstepping on passing to other things that you talked about rather than just this question. But the Indian market was growing so fast that probably we were really interested in growing the market. We have the hunger to go after the exports because the Indian market was growing so much. Today I think is a really good time about when President Trump put in certain barriers, trade barriers, was a big jump. I think the day that the news came out that he got elected, I had 4 calls saying, okay, can we, something that's been on the back burner for 6 months, immediately came alive and said, okay, what can we do about this for exports to the US and so on. I think it's a great opportunity that we are looking at right now, and I think we should really grab it. We do a lot of work for a company which does comics. But I don't think they're really comics because they're not meant for kids. These are comics which are written for music lovers from the 80s and 90s who are now in their 40s and 50s and have enough money to spend $100 on a comic book. A hard case bound comic book with a pop-up and so on and so forth. I think there is definitely a huge market out there. This is just one customer that we are kind of working with. You guys do paraphernalia along with the book. They give you like action figures of those rock stars or something of that sort. They're doing a great job. It's also what I found is that expectations of what can be done are also very limited in the US and European market, and more in the US market, I think. If you're doing foiling or if you're doing, posing or something, there's like, oh my God, right? But we did this one book where this is Iron Maiden. I was just showing you a video of it. This guy who's in a straitjacket in a cell, padded cell. So that's the cover. So we said the box in which it comes, why don't we do a die cut which shows this guy behind bars? And the box just doesn't open. You have to open it, only then it opens. So it's a padlock kind of a system. Oh, you can do this. Yes, we can. Why not? So we made them a sample, sent them a video the next day, and they changed the whole artwork of the box so that it looks like the door of a cell. And they were really happy with it. So I think there's a lot to be done.
This is a global market also?
Yeah. This is a US-based company which sells across the world.
All the embellishments, all the die cuts, everything you did it.
Yeah.
Was the runs very long or?
They are anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000, but in this case, because it was Iron Maiden, which is a much more popular band, it was about 5,000 books. I won't say we do a lot of pop-ups, we do very few pop-ups. In this case, it was a very intricate one, and 5,000 was like to be very frank, let's hope we don't get any more jobs like this.
So that, is that a problem from the perspective of publisher that, we may not be interested in doing such jobs?
No, if there is someone who's purely doing certain types of jobs, then it's good. Getting a pop-up job and I have to put like people on it for 30 days, and then the next 335 days, these guys have to do some other stuff. Then it's a little bit of a problem. This is something that is a continuous kind of a thing. We can figure something out.
Building scale.
Yeah, absolutely.